All right, people, it's 1 o'clock. It is time for a little Save Your Health Sunday. Grab your drink. Um, I have been on Optimus Pump today, or we may name him Pumptimus Prime. I don't know. You'll get to meet this guy later. But what we're gonna talk about today relates directly to this brand new toy that we brought in here this week to PhysioFit. So yes, you're gonna get to see me doing some work on that big bad boy. It's fun. Anyway, so today, we've been doing this whole health, wellness, fitness thing, and today, well, we've been through a lot of segments of wellness. Okay, the mythical thing that wellness is, right? That's why it's Wonder Woman. Well, today we're gonna get into some fitness because it's Superman, right? And I'm wearing my black Superman gear today. Shout out to the Snyder Cut for that. So being very Supermanish today with the curl. Shake. The curl came out for today for this one. See? Um, anyway, so we are going to talk about strength, power, and stability. What those mean to you in a realistic, well, for real in your life. Okay, not coming in and making these look good and making them strong. Although that is part of it. However, in your life, this is how these things relate to you, which is, well, if you have better strength, better stability, and better power, more power, it's easier for you to move around and do things in life. Why? Things don't weigh you down. If something tries to weigh you down, well, you pick it up and you toss it, right? Or you can carry it. Or you're stable enough to hold on to it for a long time. Whatever. So, groceries, okay, groceries day. Can you take all the groceries into the house in one trip? If you can't, it doesn't count. Even on Costco day, uh, if you were strong enough to do Costco in one trip, anyway, that's some powerlifting right there, people. Anyway, what happens at Costco. Come in, you got a plan, you walk out with more than you planned for, and a TV and a blender and ooh, those tasty treats that you had on aisle 20. Don't have them. Um, don't do it. Don't get those treats. Don't do it. But, or carrying groceries, or you want to go hiking, or whatever. Okay, you've got to have strength. You've got to have some power. You got to have some stability. You're gonna do that DIY project that you thought was gonna be easy until you start loading stuff and hauling stuff around and banging that hammer and pulling nails out and painting and all that other stuff. Yeah, okay. Or you're gonna go gardening. Oh wait, I've got to dig a hole. Oh, I got to pull this thing out of here. Oh, I got to carry sod. You know how heavy that stuff is. So in life, you're gonna have chores and heavy things to do. All right. Um, you just are. So here's the thing with strength, power, and stability. Okay. And I know what you see in here and on TV. Okay, you see all these strongman events and the powerlifting events and the bodybuilding events, um, gymnastics. Okay, and it's comprising all those things. Although some oxymoronic naming of stuff. Powerlifting and strongman events. The strongman events are really more about power, usually, and powerlifting is usually more about strength. I know, it's weird, right? So here's the difference, okay? Difference between stability, strength, and power, okay? Stability is something pushing against you and you staying stable against it, okay? So we're talking about like joint stability, shoulders, spine, elbows, wrists, knees, okay? When you have forces pushing against that, the greater your stability, the more force you can withstand against that thing before it breaks, okay? That is where stability comes in. Stability is all about the linkages, all the joints, okay? Because they have to remain stable under massive amounts of pressure. This is why tendons and ligaments are essentially about as strong as steel, okay? So if one of those pops or breaks or tears, you have put some monumental amount of force against those, okay? That they could not withstand, all right? Seriously, Same thing with fascia. Fascia is about stability too. Okay, fascia keeps everything stable because fascia is kind of a tendinous type tissue that wraps around. It's like saran wrap that wraps around all your muscles, keeps everything connected and stable. So it actually has a nervous system, and it will get tight. Okay, so whenever like somebody flexes, yeah, you're feeling the muscles, but you're also feeling that fascia tighten around it to protect things, to make sure that that muscle doesn't come unhinged, right, and pull away from where it's supposed to be. And so it remains where it's supposed to be, and it's directing force. Okay, um, down to the tendons, to the ligaments, right? The ligaments keep your joints held together. Okay, they're rope that keeps your joints together. The tendons attach your muscles to the bones, which are levers for you to move stuff with, right? That's how the stability thing works. That's why stability is really highly important. You have to get stability first. Before you can start thinking about strength and power, you must develop stability. This is where things like planking comes in, okay? Being able to hold positions, right? Pilates, okay? Pilates is a great aspect of that, and there are aspects of stability within yoga as well. I'm going to talk a whole lot about yoga tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. Come back to next week for that, because next week is going to be mobility and endurance. We're going to talk about those freakish things over there. But the continuum of this is you have to get stable, okay, before you can get strong and increase power, right? Because if you're not stable, things are just going to fall apart, all right? So when you come in here and you do workout and somebody just throws some weight at you, we're just going to get you strong. No, they're going to get you injured. Is what they're going to do. They're going to cause a tear someplace, or they're going to cause a joint malfunction or something like that, because stability got thrown at. They forgot about stability. Who cares about stability? We're going to get you strong. We're going to get you big. We can get you some of those, right? We're going to get you ripped. No. Stability first, okay? Stability. Before you drive that Mack truck over the bridge, you better make sure it is stable enough to handle that truck. All right. A little lesson in bridge building. When people first started building bridges, okay, the person that created the bridge had to stand on the bridge as they took heavy stuff across it. So if you didn't design a good bridge, you're going down with it. All right, and not the easy way. Okay, so don't let that be you. Okay, that's the moral of the story. Okay, build some bridges. Build stability first. Okay, get stable, and then we can start talking about strength. Okay, so strength. Here's what strength is. Strength is you see something heavy and you can lift it. You can pick it up. That's it. Okay, so looking at the powerlifting events, essentially. So powerlifting, you're looking at how much somebody can lift. Okay, I'm not talking about Olympic lifting. We'll get to that here in a second. But the powerlifting, like world record, okay, right now is just over 1,000 pounds. Okay, set by Hafthor, who's just, that man's a mountain. He was made to lift heavy stuff. Okay, he's huge. Anyway, and Eddie Hall also, both of them, just massive. They're made for moving heavy things. But it's not about how far you can move things. It's just can you lift it? Can you actually grab this thing and lift it up? Can you push it overhead? Okay, that is strength. Okay, strength is the ability to grab something and lift it and move it. Power is how far you can throw it. Okay, that's the last piece of it, which is, okay, you're stable enough to grab this thing. You're strong enough to lift it, okay, and stable enough to not crater underneath it. And then, can you throw that thing? How far can you throw it? Okay, the Highland Games, prime example, and like the strongman events, where it's mostly power. Okay, how far can you push this thing? How far can you throw it? Can you pull this boat up a ramp? Okay, can you move a freight liner? Are you more powerful than a locomotive, right? So there's a lot of power built into this because you got to move something, right? You're not lifting it, you're like tossing things. But the Highland Games, they're tossing like, 20-foot long poles, okay? They're throwing rocks. Awesome stuff. If you ever get to watch the Highland Games, it's really cool to watch. But it's about power. How much power you have. How much power can you develop to throw this thing? Why? Well, because if you didn't know, they actually did the Highland Games way, way, way back centuries ago to get ready for war. This way they could throw those sticks and stones and break some bones. And their words did hurt them too. some mean people when they get testy. But sticks and stones will break my bones. No, some big sticks and stones are throwing at you. Anyway, I digress. So that is the stability, the strength, and the power. Okay. So for you in life, stability is you being able to get up out of the car, move around, go up and down steps, grab the groceries, deal with the kids, hammer the nail, carry stuff around, right? You're carrying a box of stuff and you got to go over gravel. You've been there before, okay? Going over gravel or kind of a movable surface, hands, right? So that's where the stability comes in. As you get older, okay, stability gets worse and worse for a lot of reasons, okay? But it's also a trained response. You have to train for it, okay? Even if you get on like slick surfaces and work on stability there, just moving around, okay? It will get you much more stable. Winter's coming up, okay? We might get some snow and ice, right? So train for that so you don't slip and fall. Or slip and fall in the shower. It happens. I got a friend that happened to. If Ray's watching this, that one's for you, Ray. Train for not slipping in the shower so you can go break some records next year in the hundreds. Anyway, but train for stability, and that's for all your joints, okay? Your spine, shoulders, knees, hips, etc. Get them stable. Then you can start working on strength. How much can I lift? How much can I press, right? How many push-ups can I do? What kind of wild, crazy, stupid push-ups can I do? Can I do push-ups with 80 pounds on my back, right? I'm talking with you because if you've seen my push-up videos, they're coming back, by the way. Yes, I am going to get back to doing the 22 for 22 craziness. I am. How many times can you pull up? Stuff like that, okay? And then you start doing a lot of crazy stuff like, you know what? I'm going to toss this ball against the wall. I'm going to do some ball tosses. I'm going to see how far I can jump. I'm going to, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff out there for power. Usually it's not used a whole lot. How many nails can I drive, right? That's power, okay? Strength is how can I lift this box of nails. The power is, can I hit this nail one time and drive it in? Or how many times do I have to hit the nail before it goes in, right? If you hit it once and it goes in, that's some power and really, really good accuracy too. So thumbs up if you can do that. You can do that. You can probably catch a fly with chopsticks. If you haven't watched Karate Kid, go watch some Karate Kid. You'll be laughing right now. But that is stability, strength, and power. All of them, but it starts with the stability first. And then you can get some strength, and then you get stronger, and then you can build some power, right? And then you can go out and live life and have fun. Golfers, okay, all my golf people out there. Golf is a skill and slightly a power sport, much like baseball, okay? Power, how much force can I put through this thing to get it to go way out there, okay? You got to be stable first, because if you're not stable, well, your stance is going to be horrible and you're going to be all over the place, all right? Strength, well, you got to be able to handle the bat or the golf club, right? Hands, wrists, shoulders, all that stuff, okay? We'll get into the mobility stuff later. And then the power. How much power can you develop when you're coming through and you make contact to take that thing out there, right? And make it look easy. Because if you haven't noticed, the guys that do the power hitters, they're not like, ugh. They're just kind of kicking back right here, and then in an instant, boom, it's power and it's just gone. You're like, how did he do that? Half Thor, lifting 1,000 pounds, goes over, gets up next to it, lifts it, comes back down. You're like, dude, that looked like me picking up a Coke. Don't pick up a Coke, put that Coke down. Put it down, right? I'm looking at you, even the Diet Coke, put it down. Pick one of these up, grab you some water. See, I'm testing you with that. I had a good workout. People laugh with me. These are jokes. I'm trying to be entertaining. But in life, you're going to have stuff that you're going to have to carry around, okay? You got to be strong enough to do it. You got to be stable enough to do it. And sometimes you got to be powerful enough to throw those things away. You heard me. Okay? Yes, there are things you shouldn't even have to carry. You don't need to carry. You need to throw them as far away from you as possible. And it's going to take some massive amounts of power to do that. Okay? And developing power is not, it ain't easy, okay? And it will wear you out. The massive amount of energy that goes into developing power is ridiculous. Okay, Olympic lifting. We're going to talk about Olympic lifting right now. Okay, I don't really do Olympic lifting because I ain't built for it. Okay, if you're not built for it, don't do it. You'll destroy yourself. Just warning you. Okay, and this is my little warning for CrossFit. Okay, CrossFit's cool. If you're built for it, you can do it. Right? Go for it. Have fun. Just make sure there's a certain body type that does best at that. But Olympic lifting is all about power. Okay, seriously, they are lifting that bar that weight for that long. I mean, literally, they are using so much force. Okay, the amount they're lifting is much less than what they can lift. Okay, strength-wise, they can lift a lot more. Okay, they did a deadlift. They can deadlift a whole lot more than they can power clean. Okay, but it takes a monumental amount of force to yank that bar up, drop your butt down below it, catch it, and then stand up with it, and then hoist it up overhead. Okay, you're quite literally throwing the bar. Okay, and the goal is to lift it for that long. You're not, seriously, the art and technique behind it it takes years to perfect this. Okay, it is an art. There's a lot of science behind it for poundages and how to build up on it, and also mechanics. But the technique and everything to get this right, to be able to touch the bar for that long, to get it to fly up in the air, to catch it, and then boom, take it back up, is incredible. Okay, the amount of stability they have in their joints to go through the range of motions that they do, and move the weight to loads as they do, as quickly as they do. Okay, and the strength put forth with the power is incredible. Okay, that's why it's so incredibly impressive to watch it. Okay, that in the strongman competitions. If you haven't watched a strongman competition, I'm telling you, or Highland Games, seriously, watch them one time. You're gonna be thoroughly impressed when you see them do that, and you're like, that ain't so tough. Okay, go pick up a 30-pound rock and see how far you can toss that bad boy. One, see if you can pick up that 30-pound rock, and then see if you can toss it, right? If you can find a 20-foot pole laying around, go ahead, try to pick it up. In your hands, they have the thing standing straight up in the air. Anyway, I digress. You're probably not going to have to do that anytime in life, but who knows, you might have to chop down a tree sometime. I've done it. Chopping down trees is fun, by the way. You know, when they need to be chopped down. But that's it for today. That is Savory on Sunday. That is a little stability, strength, and power You need to have those things so you can move about and do things and be free to do it, okay? This is part of the fitness continuum. Come back next week, and we're going to talk about, well, the wild, weird, wacky world of endurance and mobility, okay? Yeah, get ready. We're going to have some fun with that. And yeah, we're going to talk about the endurance sports and yoga and everything else that go with those and how they can improve and powerful. Your endurance is going to suffer, and so will your mobility, okay? They will, or they will destroy you, okay? Or at least you'll destroy yourself in an attempt to increase them, and vice versa. So come back next week. Enjoy that. Also, little programming note for everybody out there. Guess what happens on Tuesday? 1, go vote. 2, if you're in Texas, it's early voting starts. But second, okay, even more important, and this is for your health, my show, The Health Engineer Show, debuts. It premieres on Tuesday. That's right. I have a special guest on there. You're going to love my guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. If you've been watching me for a while, you're probably going to guess who it is. But for everybody else, well, I'll let you know on Tuesday. Seriously, you're gonna love. I'm ready. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm gonna be watching it with you in anticipation of this thing. Right? It's been a labor of love. I've been working on this for 10 years, people. 10 years, and it's here. Get ready. The goal is to help you end this year really well and make 2021 your best year ever, and improve it every year after that. So get ready. Awesome stuff coming from that. It's going to be the Health Engineer Show on the Offbeat Business Network. Get ready. Oh yeah, you're going to see me play around in here. In fact, you'll get to work out with me for about 7 minutes on every show. That's right. So there you go. Have a great day. I got to get to my next person. And, well, a lot of other cool stuff will be announced the rest of this year. That's right. I've been working while the shutdown was happening. Hopefully you have been too. Building something big, good for the world. All right? Do something great for yourself every day so you can do great things for other people every day. That's why we are here. Oh yeah, on my page, Clint Fuquay, I'm probably going to do a Monday Motivation post tomorrow because of some stuff that happened recently. Tune in, you'll find out why.